In this major assignment, I'll be discussing how social media platforms have evolved to create virtual identities for prosumers. To understand how social media platforms have become a medium for prosumers to engage in the buying and selling of the online self, we first had to analyze how the internet has evolved into today's information superhighway. The 1970s saw the culmination of computer-mediated collaboration in the form of bulletin board systems or BBSs. Driscoll argues that BBSs were the inauguration of idiosyncratic personalities. This allowed experienced users of BBSs to tap into various systems, adopting a new pseudonym for each one. These personalities were constructed through customization, in which system operators would alter their user interface to suit his or her own taste or needs. Additionally, these virtual identities were established in the form of usernames which other BBS users would refer to them by. For example, Hudson River 783, Doctor Who 89, and so on. Through exploring the early products of communication systems, we can evaluate how online communication platforms and the curation of an online persona has evolved over time to suit and fit the needs of prosumers. The curation of online prisms plays an essential role in dictating how prosumers establish a branded self. After BBS systems, social media platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, and MySpace began to form. These platforms enable prosumers to articulate and make visible their social networks. Gell explores the articulation of these networks by contrasting the cacophony of pin profiles of MySpace to the muted blend interface of Facebook. Gell argues that although MySpace's highly customizable profile offers various sets of features such as music, Facebook's ability to reduce users to datasets and cyber-commodities is more favorable for the commercialized aspect of the internet. Sempt reiterates his transition towards a prosumer-oriented user interface, stating that users are now asked to think of themselves as smart shoppers and reputable vendors. Social media platforms have also evolved into a connective cyberspace where users frame themselves simultaneously as seller, buyer, and commodity. As a result of this, platforms have become more reflexive, compelling us to spend more time carefully crafting our online prisms. Sempt proposes that we are all prosumers who engage in the notion of buying and selling the online self differently. This may take form in the way we ask friends to critique our on-camera appearance for an interview, or are intuitive to seek approval from our friends for photo uploads on social networking sites such as Instagram. This analogy is essential in understanding the prevalence of prosumers in today's society and how this is diffused unknowingly in online networks. Another way in which prosumers frame themselves as buyers, sellers, and commodities is through location-based profiling. Location-based profiling is a notion that has been adopted by prosumers to combine location-based data with other data to create a mobile identity. Rob provides examples of how context data can be combined with location data by exploring the utilization of query geographic information systems and geographic patterns of interest. Through the extraction of metadata, these systems can identify users' spatial and temporal contexts. For example, users can be identified as being in a swimming pool or playing tennis with friends. Prosumers utilize profiling techniques in conjunction with geographical information to engage in micro-celebrity practices. This is often defined as committing to deploy and maintain one's online identity as if it was a branded good. A modern example of how this has transmitted into social networking sites is prosumers employing location-based services on the application Snapchat. Through customizable avatars and filters, prosumers can self-brand through boasting about unique cities they visit and fun activities they engage in. These unique features are new forms of interactive technology that allow users to display their day-to-day activities through a virtual landscape. However, despite our best efforts to acknowledge the importance of technology and networking sites in radically changing the way in which prosumers establish their brand self, the argument presented does support a technological determinism approach, as it dictates that technologies are the decisive agents of social change. Hence, although new technologies do change the way in which prosumers establish a virtual identity, the revolutionary potential of technology does not force prosumers to behave in a certain way. The revolutionary potential lies in how prosumers adopt and exploit technologies in their political and social contexts.